Welcome to this Hena's Epic Armageddon battle report. This is a 3000 point game between Orks and Tau. The lists are net EA lists, and there will be a URL in the description. Then let's look at the armies. First, the Orks, and here's the list. So, this is the Orc force. First we have a Cult of Speed with 6 Scorchers, 4 Warbikes and Buggies. Then we have a Blitz Brigade. Then we have a Warband with 2 extra knobs on Landa. Then we have 5 Bombas, 2 sets of them, of 3. Then we have a big mob with 2 Soba guns. Then we have a Stoppa mob with Super Stompa. Then we have a second Blitz Brigade. And the big guns. The big guns have a Zap, and Blitz Brigade 1 has Zaps and 1 has Soba guns. And that's it. Unfortunately, the lighting was a little bad there. Then the Tau. And then let's look at the individual formations. So first we have a group of Tetras here. Then we have Crisis Suite formation. Then we have Fire Warrior mechanized. Then there is 2 Tiger Sharks with drones, 1 set of Croots. Then we have Pathfinders, another Crisis formation with more Crisis units this time. Then we have Hammerheads with Skyray, a pair of Barracudas, then another mechanized Fire Warrior formation, third Crisis group, and second Kroot, and that's the army. Then we look at the deployment. So Kroot go first as they are garrisoned. They go in the forest there. And the second Kroot also garrisoned. The Orcs decided not to garrison anything, so they go there. Then the Hammerheads go first, and the big guns are deployed into the building there. Then the Crisis with the Supreme Commander in the forest, and the Orcs put the big mob into the open with the guns, and there you go. Guns and Warlord. Then Tetras go back, and Stompa mob go right next to the building with the big guns on the road. Then the Fire Warrior 1 there, and the Blitz Brigade with the Zaps take one flank. Then the Crisis, 1 set of Crisis goes in the field, and the Cult of Speed takes positions in the center on the Orcs. Now in here I was thinking of what my formations can go to the grab the Blitz. And the Crisis Cater 2 go there, which is the BTS target. And I'm thinking what forces can take the Blitz, so I put the Soba guns in the Soba Blitz there because it has the macro barrage, so it should be good against the Crisis Suites, and they have enough speed to go there. And the Fire Warrior Cater 2 take the flank. And this is about what the game looks like at the beginning. Here we go. So the idea for me is that the Stompa mob will go to the center. The Blitz on the right is fast enough to swing by there to get to the game as well. And then I have the big mob, which is going to try to go towards the Blitz. And here we have the Orcs. At least that was my idea when I was setting things up. One thing I didn't show very much in this video is that my opponent measured quite heavily to make sure that there is a little intermingling going on, and that there is a lot of 15 centimeter ranges for coordinated fires, so that he can pull off coordinated fires if and when required. many combinations. So that's why the Pathfinders are in kind of L-shaped formation to prevent the intermingling. So, on to turn 1. Tau win the initiative and Fire Warrior 2 double. They bring the ion cannon hammerheads into range, and the rest stay behind the hill. The ion cannons fire at the Sopa guns, the Sopa Blitz, but doesn't do anything. It's only one blast marker. Actually it destroyed one tech. Right, sorry. And then the big guns go on Overwatch on Orcs side to delay actions to see if Tau would move ahead. Well, Tau respond with Barracudas on cap. And then I took quite a long time to think what to do next. So I decided that I'll put my big mob, which should have enough staying power that the Tau can't kick it out. And I promptly forgot the fact that the Kroot have infiltrate, so yeah. So they fire at the Kroot and do only one blast marker. So then the Pathfinders start the coordinate fire, and they double forwards, marking the Orcs. And they actually had sniper shots, which I forgot, so one big gun killed. And then the other shots killed some Orcs in the front. And then the crisis suites come. So they also fire at the Orcs, killing a couple more of the units. And then they jump back. Then Fight the Squadron 1 makes a ground attack, firing at the Pathfinders, but don't really do anything. Tiger Sharks make their own ground attack, and they actually kill multiple units. 2 of the buggies there. Then the Blitz Brigade, which doubles, so now I'm trying to go for the flank. So I'm moving the hill and targeting the Fire Warriors that I can get range. They were out of range of the Stompas, so I couldn't double them first. And then they fire and kill the hammerhead in the front. So then another coordinated fire, this time with the Tetra and the hammerheads. So the Tetras move first, get in range and mark the target. And fire, really not doing anything. And then the hammerheads advance. And they decided to go on the hill because it gives them range and without the -1 modifier to hit. So it's a pretty open area, but they decided to go there anyway. And then they destroy enough of the brigade to break them, and they flee behind the hill. So then Stompas double, as now they have a target in range, so they decide to want to get a shot in, so double on the first move on the road and second move out of the road. And they target the hammerheads and destroy 3 of them, breaking the formation. There we go. Then from Tau, the Kroot engage. And this was the thing that I didn't take into account. And now we get to a situation where I can't really get that many Orcs in the range. And I decide to just give up, so I don't even try to countercharge at all. And I lose 2 units that were in range of the firefight, and then I lost 2 from the resolution. So they broke, but didn't lose that many units. And then, since the flank was now empty, I brought in the Landa to target the BTS crisis formation. I'm trying to get everything within the 5 centimeter range of the Landa, which is kind of annoying as I can't get everybody into close combat. There we go. And the end result is that one of the crisis suits survives. Now, this then causes the crisis and the fire warriors to do coordinated action again, coordinated fire. And the crisis double, getting in range and kill one orc that was out of cover. And then they jump on the hill with the jump button. And that creates a crossfire position for the fire warriors, which double. And take up positions in the front there. And then they target the formation as well and shoot 2 orcs from the forest. Then it's orcs and Sova Blitz, which doubles to get in the position to get a line of sight on the fire warriors, and then they fire at the Sova guns, but unfortunately it doesn't really do anything. So, last action from the Kroot from the Tau, and the Kroot move to the flank to prevent the orcs from rallying easily. So there they go. And from orcs we get Cult of Speed, which doubles. And they go where the big mob was bashed and aim at the pathfinders. So they move to get Scorches in range and Bikes in range and everybody as well as possible to get in range and was. Yeah, there we go. And only one pathfinder and one transport survive. And then finally the Fighter Squadron 2, which makes a ground attack, which kills the final crisis of the BTS target. So that was the turn 1. And that's the current situation we have on board. Yes, so in here the mob is broken but should rally pretty well. And the Cult of Speed and Soba guns are trying to hold the side. And the Landa has going for the Blitz, has its troops down for the Blitz. And in center we have Stompas and big guns holding the orc side, but the right flank sweep maneuver didn't quite pan out as the Zaps are broken with the Kroot in range to prevent rallying easily. So the Tau has the Tetras in here, the broken Hammerhead remains, and the Crisis in front. And the Kroot are in the forest holding the area with fire warriors in the flank. The only issue is that the Landa mob is there. So, then the massive thing is that orcs failed the rally. Now, sorry, this is a little bad zoom. So that's what, unfortunately, the only video that I had. But yeah, the big mob failed to rally, even its supreme commander, and the Zap Blitz also failed to rally. So no rallies for orcs, and I think Tau rallied all of their broken formations. So, Orc win the action on turn 2, and the Landa mob engages, and as you have noticed, they also failed the rally, so they have their blast markers, which means that even most likely if they win, they still get casualties and will break. So there they go in, and 3 units are killed while they wipe out the Tau, but they also break since they had their blast markers. So they move to the corner to try to get out of the range of 30 centimeters. And then the Soba Blitz tries to sustain fire, fails and holds, and shoots at the fire warriors breaking them. So I was wondering whether I should take that or the Cult of Speed. Cult, but I decided to go with that. So then the Tau and Pathfinders coordinate because they rallied. So they jump in there. Didn't do much, but then the Crisis, which did the coordinated fire, moves on advance at marked targets, and they do a bucket load of damage because they hit really well. So only 6 units survive, everybody else dies. And then they jump into the forest with the jump back move. There. Then Stompa Mob doubles. They try to move to the center to kind of get some control. And they target the Crisis and also shoot at because they shoot at the blast templates, they clip the Groot a little. Then Tetra, they double. And they do basically 2 movements here, that one next to the forest and then 5 centimeters into the forest, so they don't have to roll the difficult terrain roll. So there, now the Stompas are marked, so the Landa does a ground attack by itself and wipes those out with the support of Stompas. So that was surprising for Tau, we didn't expect that. So then the Hammerheads, which regroup and move a little to get the Marklinger lights back on the Stompas. And this prompts the Fighter Squadron 1 to make a ground attack against them, even though there is the working AA, which shoots 1 down. But then they kill the last Hammerhead and break the Skyray. So then the Crisis catered 3, which doubles. And in here we have another one of those important moments, because the Tau managed to hit almost all of the fusion shots, so the formation breaks as it loses 3 units. Then the Fighter Squadron 2, which makes a ground attack against the Pathfinders and fail to do any damage, so the Pathfinders break and move back. And the Grodkin Shredder 2, which then engages the Broken Soul Blitz, which moved towards the Tau end. And this combat actually goes on for 2 rounds, as both lose a couple of units, but the resolution is equal. So countercharging a little to get in range again. And the Krot finally wiped the Orks out, but break, having only 5 units left. Then the Tiger Shark makes the ground attack, and in here we see the very heavy effect of the gun drones, as they have the disrupt. So they basically just mow down the big mob. Only 5 units are left. Then the Krot on the flank march forwards to make sure that the Orks are not rallying very easily, and the big guns react with Overwatch fire, killing 1 Krot, not really doing anything. And finally the Barracudas make a ground attack on the Orks on the Landa mob, which still is alive, and they lose all but 1 mob. And that's at the end of turn 2. And in here I fail the rally. All my rallies fail, so I give up, as I have no formations left on the ground except the big guns. So yeah, Tau win. We rolled a couple of rallies, and some of the Tau would have rallied as well, so I decided that this is enough, as I could perhaps, with some luck, manage to delay the Tau win, but that would cost all my ground formations, as they would have to move to get a living wall between the big guns holding the objective and the Tau. And I have 3 aircraft formations which could attack, and the Stompas, but they really can't prevent, they won't be winning. So that's it. And the music was by Gaming MacLeod. I hope you liked the game. It was enjoyable to play, even if I failed all my rallies. Thanks.